super late, 15 minutes. Peace, family. Peace. Peace, three-way. Okay. All right, family. Share this live, but I'm going to let y'all know this is going to be probably one of the rawest lives that I've had in quite some time, okay? All right, so make sure y'all kids are not listening, okay? I know a lot of folks have their kids with them when I go live, which I appreciate that. I love that. But this live in particular, okay, do not have any children, okay? No children, please. All right, peace and love and everybody that's just tapping in. All right, we're about to talk about slavery. I made a post just recently talking about having decisions, whether I'm going to teach my kids slavery at a young age or wait till they get older. All right, I had a few people that commented, agree with it, a couple of people that didn't agree with it. All right, so that's what this live is about, family. So we're going to talk about some things. I know I have a lot of people from different cultures. All right, I know I have a lot of people from different cultures that follow my page. All right, I'm here to say this is going to be a very raw live, family. Okay, very raw live. Okay, I have to say it because I'm also going to tell y'all my transition. All right, telling y'all why exactly I'm having this viewpoint now rather than I did in the past. Okay, so make sure y'all share this. Yeah. All right, make sure y'all share, okay? This is rated R, all right? This live is rated R, all right? I don't normally even do lives on Saturday, all right? We got to talk about this, all right? We got to talk about this, all right? Now, I remember before I even knew this information, y'all, for some of y'all that don't know me, like, personally or know my journey before this information, all right? I was like super duper black power, okay? Like straight, you couldn't tell me nothing, all right? Like meaning, like it was no ifs, ands, or buts, okay? Meaning I felt like the white man was the devil. The white man controlled everything. I felt like the white man is the reason why I'm living poorly. You know what I'm saying? That was my mindset. And I just felt like I had all this anger. I had all this like pain towards a type of people. Okay. Now, again, we're going to dive into both sides. All right. We're going to dive into both sides. I'm also going to be giving y'all a history lesson as well. All right. Now, remember, this is rated R. Okay. So tag your pro-black friends, tag your pro-white friends, tag your pro-whatever. All right? This live is going to bring a lot of information. It's going to basically connect a lot of dots. I am going to be smoking on this live, okay? Because we have to. All right? I'm going to give y'all that disclaimer now. I know a lot of the older followers that I have, y'all don't like that. But just for today, all right? Just close your eyes and just listen to me. You don't even got to watch me. All right, just close your eyes and listen to me because the information that I'm going to pinpoint today is information that you need to learn, okay? Because there is a trauma that is being spreaded, all right? There is a lot of you have been traumatized, all right? A lot of you that are looking at me right now have been traumatized. The way you live, the way you think, all right? Some of y'all going to need some tissue for sure. So y'all go ahead and grab your tissue, grab your L's, grab your doobies, blunts, whatever you call them, all right? Whatever you call them, grab whatever you get, all right? We're going to start here in a few, all right? Because, y'all, we got to talk about this. I've been mentioning it before, all right? I mentioned it before, but I never really dived into it, all right? Today is the day that the Lord has made, okay? Okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and burn and learn. Class in session. Remember, y'all, this is rated R. Please don't have your kids watching me right now. This is grown folks conversation. All right. This is a history lesson. And whoo-wee, that smells amazing. It smells amazing. All right. If you All right. It smells amazing, I must say. Hold on. Amazing. All right. Yes, I know a lot of y'all been waiting on this. We about to talk about it. All right. Slavery. Slavery, family. Let's talk about it. Should we be teaching children about slavery? Now, before you adults start saying, yeah, they need to know. Remember, you're an adult. All right? You're an adult. You're not a kid right now. You're an adult. So think about when you were a child, right? And you maybe learned about slavery, learned about the horrific things about slavery. What did you do soon as you learned about the history? Right? Did that make you just have some type of confidence and start doing great things? Hell no. And I'm tired of people trying to use that and say that's the reason why they started doing great things. You've already did great things before slavery. Let me just throw that out there first. Okay? So a lot of folks, soon as they hear that, meaning when I was taught about slavery, it made me angry. Okay? It made me want to do something about it. All right? All right. Not to the point to make me physically go put my hands on somebody. But, when I was taught slavery, it made me angry. Like, it made me want to, hate a specific type of people. And I'm here to say, yes, they were bad folks back then. There's bad folks now. But what some of the misinformation is that all folks are the same. Okay. Now, when I've learned slavery when I was a kid, so I'm going from when I was a child to a young man to this point now. I'm still a young man now. All right. So I'm just kind of giving y'all my walks of life so you can see if you kind of match it. All right. So when I learned about slavery, I basically started regurgitating all my family, all my peers were saying, white folks control this. They control that. Now, whether that's true or not, I knew one thing. Yeah, they may control that. But they don't control my mind. I knew that as a young kid. You see what I'm saying? So, but again, I didn't know to put that before my anger. So I put my anger before me knowing that I have a free mind. Keep in mind, y'all, I'm still young. Okay? I'm still young. I mean, as a kid, I'm having these thoughts. All right? So I'm learning about slavery. I start instantly being mad at white people. Y'all, give me an 8 in the comments if you felt the same way as soon as you kind of understood what slavery was. All right. Now, you might have heard it when you was little, but when you actually understood what it was, what was your first reaction? Was it anger? If anger was your first reaction, comment 8. I'm going to go ahead and comment 8 because that was definitely one of my first, what? They did what? They did what? What? You know what I'm saying? Then you start. Now, keep in mind, when you was a little kid, you had white friends, you had, Spanish friends. You didn't really know about history. You just growing up playing, one of my best friends was white when I was a little kid. All right, but when I learned slavery, I have never had a close white or Caucasian homeboy since, y'all. Okay? Since. Now, some people that look like me may say, well, that's good. You don't need to be friends. And I'm here to say, as a businessman, okay, a person that understands business, to tell yourself that you only going to, that you see other people and you hate them, I'm not going to do business with them, to tell yourself you're literally limiting your business. Y'all, we're going to talk about a lot in this live. Okay, so again, y'all grab whatever you need to pay attention. All right, we're going to talk about a lot in this live. Okay, now, again, as a child, when I learned slavery, I instantly started hating white people. I started listening to my elders or the folks around me. They were saying, well, the white folks, he going to get out because he white. He going to get out because he white. He going to do that because, the white folks, the white. Man, I hear that all the time as a child. So as a child, you start to grow up like, well, this is a white man's world. And a lot of y'all grown ass folks is literally regurgitating that shit to your kids. Don't do this. White folks gonna do this. Don't do this. White folks do this. Don't do this. White folks. And I'm here to say, and I can't speak for everybody's experience. I'm just talking from my experience, y'all. Now, if you had a different experience, okay, I'm just talking from my experience. Okay. The thing is, you start to really see what is going on. A lot of us hear the word slavery and we instantly think of white slave masters. How many of y'all knew that there was melanated slave masters? How many of y'all knew that? And don't lie. Don't lie. How many of y'all knew that there was melanated slave masters? Did y'all know all free men weren't white? It was free and white men? Free men and white men? Did y'all know that? Just give me a yes or no. Did you know that there was melanated slave owners? The reason why I'm not saying black, because black is dead. I shouldn't be saying white either, but, so let's go ahead and use today's terminologies. Okay, we're going to use black and white. Okay, did you know that it was black slave masters, black slave owners? All right, because now I'm kind of challenging the folks that look like myself that's been literally projecting on our people that this is a white man's world. This is white man control this white man. And then they say in the same sentence, white people haven't been here that long. So let me get this straight. All right, let me get this straight. This is a white man's world, but the white man hasn't been here that long. I'm not saying neither or is true or false. Do y'all hear that? Let me say it out loud again. All right. This is a white man's world, but the white man hasn't been here that long. That's what's told to us. That was told to me when I was a young boy. Now I get older. It's like something's not making sense. How is this a white man's world if you can also say white people haven't been here as long as everyone else, whatever that means still? Now, let me ask y'all another question. Who do y'all think taught white people how to control slaves? Good question. Who is that? Locked and Loaded? Who owned slaves first? Good question. Because for some reason, black African Americans that lived in these lands feel like white people created slavery. Okay? A lot of y'all feel like white people created slavery. Blacks owned slaves too. Who do y'all think sold slaves to white people? If that's what you believe happened. All right. Now I have my personal understandings of the slave trade. I'm just going off what the narrative is. Okay. Who do y'all think sold these people to these people? Do y'all honestly think white people just came over here and just started killing everybody and just started taking over things? There's literally people out here regurgitating that stupid shit. All right. It's stupid, y'all. It's the dumbest ever, y'all. This live has nothing to do with bills or anything like that. Well, it will down the line. Okay? But do y'all understand what's going on? All right? To literally every time you want to literally push slavery on little kids, you might as well talk about the slavery that was back in ancient times too. Because why are you, if you're going to remind them of slavery, remind them of all of slavery. Don't just try to say something from a victim standpoint. Well, they did this, don't do this because white people prejudice, white people racist. They'll do something to you. I've never been done worse than what my people have done to me, family. All right. Some people that look like me can literally say that. I'll say that again. Because some of y'all haven't literally sat down and looked at your surroundings. All right. Look at the situation you've been in. All right. All your situations you've been in, I promise you, no one that looks opposite to you was the reason why you couldn't go next. It was the people that looked just like you. It was your surrounding. It was your community. A lot of us say we live in good communities, and when we don't, we live in shithole communities filled with, and this is what makes this live rated R. Our neighborhoods are filled with poor niggas. I had to say it. That's all our communities is filled with, a bunch of poor mental niggas, y'all. And I'm not saying other cultures can get on here and say that. I'm saying because from my point of view, all right, I've been the most black power. I done led a march before y'all. All right, I done literally did all the things you could possibly think of as far as community wise, not as far as physical, but as far as like research and understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like thinking like white people's the reason why we live in these shithole communities. White, but I'm like, yo, the fact that we even allow people to even say that shit out loud is let you know they nothing but poor niggas, y'all. Anybody melanates you here saying anything like this is a white man's world, they are nothing but poor niggas. That's what they are. All right. And if you're looking at me right and that's how you feel, this white man, you're nothing but a poor nigga. You exactly what them white folks are saying you are. A poor nigga. Meaning the white folks that you say control the world, you're proving their point. Every time you open your mouth up and say, this is a white man's world, well, you know, white people control everything. Shut your po ass up. Okay? Because you don't really know what's going on. You haven't even got to certain levels to see, oh, okay, yeah, it's because I promise you, you done got robbed by somebody that looks like you. I promise somebody done stole something from you that looked like you. I promise you, you done beefed with somebody that looked like you. All right, all my partners that got killed by somebody that looked like them. All right, every time something happened with the police, y'all get on here. And I used to be the same thing. That's why I get on here and be passionate. I used to be the same way. Every time the police brutality come like, we need to do something, please. Then I remember people used to say, well, why don't you fix your community? Why don't you talk about the black on black crime other than the white on black crime? Because there's not much white on black crime other when y'all get to talk about corporations and shit like that. Do you understand you can create your own? That's what I'm saying. You're nothing but a poor nigga. Oh, I can't wait till I post this live. All right. I'm here to hurt your feelings. Are you NAACP poor niggas? All right. And I hope one of them come up to my event so we can talk. And I'll explain why it's poor niggerism. Niggerism. All right. However you want to put it. What the tribe leaders say? It's niggerdom. Y'all ever heard that word before? Our communities are full of niggerdom. Did y'all know that? Now, what does that look like? Always blaming your wrongs on somebody that you haven't even, blaming on somebody that you haven't even physically see do that to you. Anybody you see saying things like, well, you know, I can't find no jobs because, you know, they don't got no jobs for black folks. Man, they are poor niggas. They're no better than those slaves that we keep trying to tell our kids about. And those slaves was probably better than now because these folks nowadays, they got a chance. Okay? So we really got to understand, why are we teaching our kids about slavery? And then I'm seeing them taking out slavery out of the schools. I used to be so mad. Now I'm like, yo, take that shit out. Yeah, take it out. Because now you're literally putting that trauma on little kids to let them know, hey, this is a white man's world. You're literally telling a little 10-year-old girl, and a lot of y'all po niggas is literally telling your kid that, you know, it's a white one, so you got to do this. I'm not telling you to not tell them to understand security, but y'all are literally telling them they can't do something because they're black. I don't even tell my kids they're black because the word black means death. All right? Get rid of that slave shit. I'm telling man, I'm be the first one to say, man, get rid of that shit out of the public system. Get it out. Because why are we telling little kids about that? Learn that shit when you get to college. Make that like a college course or something like that. I seen one dude say, well, you should tell the kids so they know where they came from. Man, all they need to know is growth. They don't need to know what the hell happened to, you know what I'm saying? Because all that is horror movie to them. They're not old enough to process, okay, let me use this as fuel. Because your grown ass haven't even used it as fuel. You see what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's a way of us literally telling our kids that's why we haven't elevated, because this is a white man's world. A lot of y'all are literally dumping y'all's sorrows and failures on your kid. All right, trying to say this is a white. No, my friend, you're just a poor nigga. That's what it is. And I could have used a better word, but them people know how I'm talking. Y'all know who I'm talking to. All right, if you don't know what I'm talking about, and I sound like I'm going ratchet right now, I'm not talking to you. For y'all that know what community, you know what I'm talking about. All right? You're literally every day you go, you in the break room. Well, you know the white man, shut your po ass up. All right, because when you actually start doing business, yo, that doesn't come up. If you actually moving in business, not saying I have a black-owned business, a lot of y'all is literally holding that shit on y'all chest. Nobody feels sorry for you. You're literally losing business by saying you're a black-owned business. I can't stand watching Shark Tank and I see somebody come up there and they say, well, I have a black-owned business. And I'm like, okay, what's her business? She got a goddamn clothing line. I'm like, okay, what the hell is this? We don't need to know your fucking race. I can't stand that shit. Like, we'll lead with that before we even lead with the product. Because we want to lead on slavery. Well, you know we don't have much, so you better invest in me because I'm a black. I'll intentionally not invest if you lead with, well, I'm a black business owner. I don't give a fuck. Okay? Do you have a good business? Because I don't need another culture saying, hey, I'm a white man. I have a white-owned business. I don't need the Chinese man saying, hey, I'm a Chinese man. This is a Chinese business, by the way. They don't need to tell me that. I get that by getting the product. Okay? And again, you're not going to say it, so I'm going to say it. You're too scared to say it. All right? You probably one of the po niggas I'm talking about. No matter if you're 70, 60, 50. It's more so of y'all older folks. A lot of y'all older folks, nothing but po niggas. Oh, my God. All right, especially when you get this information, you'll hear older brothers saying, well, you know, what they going to do when they get all the brothers start learning this information. I say, man, shut up, man. That shit matters. Focus on you. Focus on you getting the information. Okay? We love to try to say, well, you know they're going to shoot us down because everything we start, Black Wall Street, what? I'm like, okay, where's your Black Wall Street? Why you ain't built nothing? Shut your po ass up. Okay? Nothing but po niggas be chit-chatting. And I'm tired of hearing that shit, okay? And I didn't know I was tired of hearing it until I learned, you know, contract law, trust law, you know, equity law. But now it's like, yo, all that shit is po niggerdom. All that's exactly what it is, poor niggerdom. All that Black Lives Matter, poor niggerdom. Why are you leading with your race? Who the fuck cares? No one cares. All right? So my thing is, I don't think we need to teach our kids about slavery because that shit doesn't matter. How do I know it doesn't matter? Because I can look at people before me and people after me. Y'all haven't done shit with that information, have you? Nothing. All right? You say the white man control, your ass is getting up and going to working for a white corporation. Shut your po ass up. Ain't no white man got a gun in your head and say, nigga, you better get to work. You getting your po ass up and going down to that establishment. Shut your ass up. That's you. That's not thinking. That's you that's thinking you living in the 1700s. It's 2025, allegedly. Yeah, man, that black supremacy is definitely white supremacy. You know, for sure. For sure. That shit is lost. It's lost man central. Okay? Lost man century. Okay? Because that's all you're going to be. All that black power shit, all that shit is emotional anger. None of them niggas is reading. None of them. None of them. I used to be black power. I used to go Pan-African. I done tested all. Because I was trying to find my way. You know why? Because I was a lost nigga. All right? But when I sat down and started reading, somebody said, if your kid ever get home, don't cry. So what's the difference between my kid getting hung and my kid getting shot? What's the difference? You're proving my point, family. You're proving my point. What's the odds of my kids dying by a whole nother race rather than dying by their own? When I got robbed at Pistol Front, the guy that robbed me looked like me, my friend. The guy that robbed me wasn't white. You see what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are so lost. You listen to your mama because your mama was a lost nigga. Your daddy, your grandma, my great-grandma. All right, that's where we come from, y'all. We got to realize it's a post-traumatic slave disorder. All right, and we got to elevate out of it. And you ain't going to elevate it by keep remembering. That's like a person going through domestic violence, domestic terror, and you keep reminding them, remember when he was beating your ass? Remember when he was doing that to you? You listen, remember he was doing that to you? You said, why would you keep reminding her or him? You elevate from it. Okay? You elevate from it. All my situations where I got into with police officers before I knew this information, it was all, y'all race. When I started to learn information, I was able to control that situation. Oh my God. I forgot my skin complexion. All right? Because the conversation goes so well. But when you already have that in the back of your mind, because that's what your mom, your dad already put the batter on your back, all white people is this or that. I'm not saying they all are great. Just like I'm saying, all the people that look like you are great. All right? But to say this is a white man's world, to say this is one racist world is idiotic. It shows your IQ. It shows you ain't read shit, and I know you ain't read shit. Okay? Because nobody that reads contract and actually has results, actually getting remedy is saying this is a white man's world. I can't remember the last time I said that po-ass shit. White man's world, where? How is this a white man's world when you just said white men haven't been here longer than 6,000 years, however it is? Something's not making sense. All right? Trust me, go to them cookouts. Go to your next cookout and hear how we talk. Well, there's a white folk. Well, the white folks ain't gonna let you do that. The white folks ain't gonna let you. It's like, man, just a bunch of po niggas. Damn. That's all it is. And I don't be giving a damn about losing no followers, man. I don't want no po niggas around me. No way. All right? No way. Okay? Because I understand business now. All right? No way. All right, I understand the business. Skin complexion does not come up in business, especially when you operating through trust. They don't even know what your skin complexion is. I don't need to say, this is a black-owned trust. Hey, imagine people saying that. Hey, this is a black-owned trust. Hey, this is a black-owned private trust. I would be like, man, shut your po black ass up, man. What are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? We got to learn how to leave them labels behind and just start understanding business. You don't ever have to say that weak ass shit. All right. And a lot of folks is living with it. You waking up to it. You live by it. You die by it. I'm black. I'm African American. No, you're not. Okay. No, you're not. You went on Ancestry. That shit is a lie. You went on African Ancestry. Shit is a lie. You went on 21andMe. That shit is a lie. You don't even know where you're at. You know what you are? A lost nigga. Y'all remember in 12 Years a Slave? Y'all remember when they picked him up and took him down to Georgia? And he was like, I'm from up north. I'm a free man. They was like, nah, you just a runaway nigga from Georgia. All right? And I remember I had to tell myself that. I was like, man, I can't even get to the next level until I get rid of some of these po nigga mindsets I have. What does a po nigga mindset look like? Saying this is a white man's world. Shut your po ass up. What are you talking about? What? Do you understand some of the rulers in these world are not even seen? You think they're white? That's why I'm trying to tell folks. We didn't know enough. And I get it. We don't know enough. That's why we have to start doing better. All right? We have to start doing better. Okay? Like, I done been in some situations with the police officer, like as far as marches. I done led a march. All right, I remember that night, my friend literally caught an attempted murder on a police officer. So I'm literally, I done walked the walk, family. Okay? Like, I don't talk about it now because none of that shit mattered. I remember the last time I said, damn, I ain't marching no more. Because I remember the last march I was in, first thing I thought about was like, damn, Martin Luther King did this same shit back in 1968. Why the fuck are we still doing this? All right? Because somebody got killed in the neighborhood? We only do that shit when somebody that's outside of our race killed. But when somebody, damn, he just killed him. There ain't no march going on. And I remember people used to tell me that because I used to be so pro-black, I wasn't hearing it. People would tell me like, well, y'all shooting each other up. I was like, man, fuck all that, man. Let's talk about this police officer that just got... How often do that happen? Okay, how often do that happen? How often is there a police brutality death? I bet you there's way more melanated on melanated death than there is non-melanated on melanated deaths. Nobody's going to convince me different. All right? And that's why I'm saying I don't think there's a purpose of telling little kids about the horrifics of slavery. Wait till they get older to learn that. Don't, you literally filling them with toxins. Like you're poisoning them at a young age. You're literally messing with their psyche. So by the time they're looking at, because kids take things to the next level. Like kids, I'm going to be real. Kids are more realer than adults, right? Aren't kids the realest you ever meet? You ever seen a kid? I'm sure y'all know a bunch of kids that just real. They're like, Mommy, he's fat. You know what I'm saying? So meaning when you tell a kid, yeah, this is a white man's world, you're literally telling that little kid, okay, this is a white man's world. They're literally going to believe that and start moving as such. Now they get into a certain age. Now they become street niggas. All right? Most street niggas was taught this same information. They was like, this white man's world. So when they couldn't play ball, when they couldn't go next level, they became street niggas. All right, because they said, well, I'm going to try. Just white man. I can't stand listening to street niggas talk. And I used to be a street nigga too. I can't stand listening to that talk. Oh, my God. I'm like, nigga, read a book. And I'm like, I'm sure that's how they used to tell me when I used to be, well, I got to, you know what I'm saying? I got to, I'm like, what? A bunch of niggadom. A bunch of nothing. And I be having to remind some of my, peers and I'm like, yo, you're doing a bunch of nothing. That shit sound good to the street folks. That shit sound good to the peasants. I don't want to remind my kid, hey, we used to be slaves. We came here on boats from Africa. Y'all don't even know the history before that. Meaning, shut your po ass up. Why only tell the bad part? If you're going to say, tell the good part. Say, hey, there was slavery going on. Shoot, it was black slaves and white slaves. You won't say that, though. Did you know the white slaves was the poor-ass immigrants that came over? Did you know that? Okay, this was your Irishmen, your Scotishmen, your, all the dirt poor immigrants. Not now, I'm just saying at the time, when they came over, they had nothing. They were slaves too. But you want to tell your kid only about the horrific parts about us. Tell them about every fucking body. All right, that's what I'm saying. We're not qualified to relay information. All right, simple fact, we wasn't back then to even know what was going on, and our people didn't even read to be able to pass along correct information. All right, so a lot of this information we're literally putting it together now because this is the only time with social media that you can really start saying that, oh damn, you can start literally putting things together. All right. I know a lot of y'all did not know there was black slave owners. All right. I want to tell you, if you think white people brought all the black, it is so funny when you ask quote unquote African Americans that live here. Well, you think all black people came here on boats? They're like, yeah, we came here for Africa. I'm like, do y'all hear yourselves? Y'all hear how crazy that sounds? That's not even fucking physically possible. Brown folks walking around here saying they minorities. That's not even physically, and that's how I know a lot of y'all ain't really traveled around this country. All right, I done been to 40 states. I still got 10 more to visit. All right, but I done hit 40 states, and every 40 state I've been through, I'm always like, damn, I didn't know I had people out here too. Damn, we ain't no damn minorities, but y'all don't travel. All right, a bunch of po niggas that ain't never left the city. All right, I know how it is. Walking around telling yourself you're a minority. I'm African American. You're so far from your history. You don't deserve to even tell your kids about history. Just focus on the future. Just say, hey, let's do this. Let's read this. Don't even talk about the history because you don't really know. You don't. You know how many damn boats there would still be? Every single black man. What? You know the type of manpower it would take? But you just said in the same sentence, white people ain't been around here long enough. So you mean tell me, but they've been around long enough to bring over the whole species of melanated people to Turtle Island? Like, come on, man. We sound stupid as hell. I done dropped all that black power shit, man. Y'all old heads that be coming to my DM be trying to give me history on this. I get all that, man. But then none of them motherfuckers read, okay? I get all the coming together, having this, having that. But did they understand contract? If not, they was uninformed poor niggas. Okay, maybe more organized than the other poor niggas. All right, nigga means ignorant. For all y'all that don't understand how I'm using that word, nigga means ignorant. Poor ignorance. All right, we don't know enough about history, slavery, to even be talking about it. Because majority of people just think it was white people that did this and black people went through this. Like, y'all, it's so much info that they do not tell. And the reason why they don't tell you that there were black slave owners, because now all you poor niggas is going to start saying things like, this isn't a white world. Wait a minute. We own slaves too. Now, what does that do to the mindset? What does that do to the psyche? What if you learn that black slave owners was as brutal as white slave owners? Y'all tell me. Drop your comments. Because I know a lot of y'all didn't know this shit. Because if you did know this shit, you wouldn't walking around and say this is a white world. Let's talk. This is rated R. What's up? Let me know. How would you feel if you learned black slave owners was as brutal as white slave owners? What's y'all thoughts? Come on now. What's y'all thoughts? What's y'all thoughts? What's y'all thoughts? Would you still be saying things like, this is a white man's world? Would you be still saying dumbass shit like, we can't do nothing because they just gonna kill us off? Scary. Yeah, exactly, man. You got folks killing for Jordans and shit like that. I know guys that died over vagina. Had nothing to do with brotherhood. Like, I want to see the next brother get it. Man, I don't want to hear that weak ass shit. So many people say, I come from a good community. Like, what? You come from a community of no robbery, no kills, no robbery, no stealing, nothing like that? If not, shut up. You're still rebuilding. It's a project. Because do you not know there's communities out there where there is no robbing? All right, there is no, you gotta goddamn make sure you lock all your doors, all your windows. Like, do y'all not know there's communities like that? Yeah, the enemy was in the mirror the whole time. The slave owner was in the mirror the whole time. So why would I turn around and tell my kids, white people did this, white people did? Now they're all their white friends. Now they saying, your people enslaved my people. Now she making little Susie uncomfortable. Man, little Susie parents. You see, I'm just saying it's creating destruction. It's not helping nothing. And you think by saying, well, they need to know. It sounds crazy as hell. That's just basically having no type of discernment, no type of, emotional intelligence to the situation. You just say, well, they need to know where they come from. Well, tell them everything then. You don't even know everything. So the only thing you know about is the horrific shit. Shut your po ass up. The whole time. There's so much history that they didn't tell us. Now I see why they didn't tell us. Because if they would have told that there was black slave owners, so many of you po niggas, remember, poor nigga just means ignorant, okay? All right? And you can be any skin complexion. Ha ha, you didn't know that. Okay? All right? So the thing is, when we don't understand that there were black slave owners, I think that piece of history was pulled away because now if you tell people there was an equal platitude, all right? And I'm just giving theory out there, family. I'm just giving you some ideas, opinions, okay? Yeah, okay, so think about it. If that history was to be taught, hey, there were black slave owners too. Black slave owners that whooped their slaves. Because how else do you control a slave? We get so dumb, like as if white people created slavery. You just said white people ain't been around no more than 2,500, 6,000 years. If that's true or if it's not true, I don't know. All right. But at the same time, you're giving all the glory of slavery to white people. Literally. That don't even make sense. If they ain't been around that long, how the fuck they got so much control? That's like the freshmen controlling the high school, telling the seniors what to do. Where are the seniors at? And that's when I learned, okay, it's not like that. All right? Somebody had to teach this culture how to control slaves. Slavery has been around since the beginning of time, y'all. Y'all give white people too much credit. Now, I see what white people or Caucasian, however they might want to identify themselves, I see when they say, what did I do to you? I didn't do anything. And they're like, we're literally beating up on white folks that had nothing to do with what happened back then. And we say things like, well, yeah, but they uncles, they raised on it. But yeah, but they're respectful to you. Rather they hate your guts, are they respectful to you in your face? They don't gotta fucking like you. And I can't stand some of our people. We feel like everybody gotta like us. You know what I'm saying? They can be respectful and go and talk to their people, talk nasty about you with their people, because I know how our people do. You know, at our cookouts, we talk nasty about other cultures. You know what I'm saying? But when we get in front of them, it's respectable. And I know other cultures are doing that. We can't be trying to say, well, I know they be saying nigga this when they bad. So what? All right, our people is the weakest people ever. Our people is the only people that will lose it all over one word. I don't even got to say the word. Y'all already know that one word. What's the one word that will make our people just lose their shit? Don't let an old white man come down and say, nigga, shut up. What? He was like, what you call me? I'll beat your ass, old man. Now you go and fight the old man, go punch him. Now you done killed him. Now you in jail for murder, all because a white guy called you nigga. Weak ass little boy, po nigga. All right, confirmed. All right, confirmed. And y'all old ass folks literally done gas these young kids up. Literally, they little kids growing up in the belief like, man, I wish some motherfucker would say, I'm gonna knock his motherfucking head off. What? That's how I used to be. I'm like, man, I wish somebody say, man, what? We are not our ancestors. You know, we say goofy shit like that. We are not our ancestors. Just a bunch of weak folks. Weak. Make sure y'all invite me to all the black conference so I can pull up and give this message. We need to do better, y'all. We weak as shit. I'm glad they taking that fucking African American. They need to burn that bitch down. Yes. Burn that African museum down. Burn that shit down. Trump, y'all tag Trump. Okay, tag Trump. All right, tag him. Burn that shit down. Trump said it right. That ain't real history. Burn that shit down. All right, burn all that African shit down. Okay? No offense to Africa. Ain't no American shit in Africa. Okay? Ain't no American shit. You can't go to no African country and it's Americanized. All right, that's why we're losing culture. Trump, burn that shit down, Trump. All right, take it all. I'm glad he's doing what he's doing. Take slavery out the book. Take all that African history shit out the book. Put in the real American history. But you got all these po niggas, got them trying to hold it up. We need to know. Shut up. We all know it's slavery. Shut up. Still walking around saying that. You probably said something along the lines today. Well, you know, this is a white man's world. Post-traumatic slave disorder. All right, it wasn't no damn intervention. We didn't have no intervention. Folks were just living life. You know, when these laws was rolling in, you know, the Social Security dropped in 1933. All right, y'all know that's around when the Great Depression. You know, 1962 is when they dropped the Bill of Exchange. No, the Bill of Rights. 1968 is when Truth in Lending dropped. So, you know, during those times, we never made time to just read. You had all these different groups. Black Panther, NAACP. You know, you had the Pan-African. You had all these fucking groups. And nobody had the keen idea to read the contract and use it to our advantage. Because you know what they were saying? They were saying, well, you know, we wasn't a part of the Constitution, so they ain't got nothing to do with us. Instead of flipping it and use it for their advantage. But when you lead with black, you're literally saying you are dead. You're not claiming nothing. All that marching and shit. That ain't claiming nothing. You don't need to march. Why are you marching? Man, what? Everybody was retarded, man. Everybody. Everyone. And y'all want to say, man, don't say that. That's our ancestors. Man, I know those are our ancestors. That's why I'm saying they were taught poor niggas. Okay? That's what it was. And that's what it is now. I bet if something happens to somebody right now, if the police do something, a bunch of poor niggas gonna start marching. Y'all ever notice every time somebody, don't nobody ever know how to litigate correctly? No one. And if you say we was here first, how the hell you go from that to saying this is a white man's world? It never made sense to me. They'll always say, well, because I was always taught this is a white man's world, but you know, as you get older, you start hearing things like, well, you know, a black man created that. A black man created that. Black woman created that. And you start being a kid like, wait a minute. If we created everything, how the fuck we lose everything? And then they said, well, you know, white man came over and killed everything. And you see, man, too much power. A bunch of weak niggas. That is not how that shit happened. They want us to believe white folks came on boats and said, give it up. Start putting folks on boats, shipping them from different. That is not how that shit happened, y'all. That is not how that shit happened. That is not how that shit happened, y'all. I know some of y'all probably hearing this for the first time. I'm proudly here to burst your uninformed bubble that your grandma, your granddaddy, your daddy, your mama, all right, done built you on. Yeah, po niggerism. Okay? Yeah. Bunch of po niggas getting together saying, well, you know, we can't do this. You know they gonna do this if we do that. Bunch of po scary niggas. That's all it's been. All right? That's all our communities are filled with. All right? We can go stick a gun in our own face and give me everything. And nobody gonna snitch. It's a whole shit in the community. You bet not snitch, because if you snitch, something go. It's like a whole chokehold on the community right now. You see what I'm saying? And they get mad when you start talking like bunch of poor niggas, y'all. That's all it is. Some of y'all got communities right now. Your community got your community's in a fucking chokehold right now. It's a big dope dealer in your community that literally got a chokehold. Ain't nothing moving without them. But you want to say you got a good community. You don't move shit in your community. Nothing. You getting extorted. You hold something up, they gonna pull up on you. Hey, bro, you didn't let us know. Exactly. Like, stop this whole white man world. No, man, this is I don't know what type of world this is, man. This is an informed or uninformed. This is bullied or get bullied world. That's really what's going on. Somebody said they could not defeat us in combat, so they used contracts to erase who we are to steal our land. Do you believe that? I used to believe that shit too. I believe that shit too. I believe that too. And then I had the idea of this. Who put white people up to whatever we're accusing them of doing? Did y'all ever think of that? Do y'all think they just got the idea of themselves? Let's trick them with contracts. Do y'all think white people created contracts? You see what I'm saying? It's like we give these folks too much power. They did not trick us. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, if somebody that was in our community fucking sold us over. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Ain't nothing. The same shit that was happening now is happening. It happened then. Somebody from the fucking community sold us over. All right, that's what happened. I give you this nigga and you give me that gun. I give you this nigga, you give me this. That's how it happened. People was getting sold just like it's human trafficking now. It was human trafficking then. That's what's been going on. White people just took advantage of what was going on. And I'm going to say this right here. Man, I don't fucking blame them. Goddamn. I don't damn blame them. All right, y'all can try to be yo, I don't blame them. Look what happened. If you say they haven't been here that long, if you say they are savages, that's some savage shit. Clearly, they prevailed. They were successful because y'all walk around saying shit like it's their fucking world. You see what I'm saying? You literally telling your fucking kid that weak shit. This is a white man's world, so be careful out here. No, poor nigga. You tell them you a poor nigga and they can be better than you. That's what you need to tell them. I'm not telling my kid it's a white man's world. What the fuck? You said it's a white man's world. Your ass getting up for going to work at a white establishment. We should only buy with ourselves. These same po niggas working. Going to these establishments on break talking about the white man. Shut your scary po ass up. Okay? I remember being in them break rooms. Well, you know the white man come around, they shut the fuck up. They shut the hell up, right or wrong. I done been in them. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't understand, man. I done been in them situations. A bunch of scary po niggas. They say all that rah 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 rah, and then a white man come around that corner. Hey, Dave. Oh yeah, I just want to scary. Shut your po ass up every time. You ain't gonna do nothing. That's all it's been. A bunch of po scary ass niggas marching and shit. Yeah. If we lose followers, so what? I'm retired in October. Who gives a fuck? Okay. That's my honest opinion. All right. Hang that black shit up. All right. That has literally been a chokehold in our communities. We have literally lost our way. We're not in tune with the damn community. We're not even breathing right. We're breathing too fucking fast. A lot of us is like, a lot of you right now, understand how you're breathing. Y'all probably think I'm fucking crazy. Look at yourself right now. Hear your breathing right now. Hear how fast you're breathing. You don't know how slow we're supposed to be breathing? Don't even understand. You see what I'm saying? It's so much to dive into. We're breathing wrong. What if somebody told you, hey, man, you're breathing wrong? And since you're breathing wrong, it's throwing off your frequency. It's throwing off how you're supposed to be receiving data. But they're not going to tell po little niggas this, right? Because po little niggas still worry about slavery and what they did to us. Somebody say my breathing is just fine. You don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, Luana. Luana don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about. My breathing fine. You don't know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. That's that po niggaism that's going on. Okay, that's the sign of it. I'm good. My bank account fine. No, you ain't. All right, you not breathing right. Okay. Is it 4 seconds between every breath? No. Okay. You don't know what breath work is. Okay. And I'm not a master at breath work. I'm just understanding what it is now. Poor niggaism will have a person saying, I'm fine. All right. There you go. Everybody's breathing wrong. Even I'm breathing wrong. Yes. We're all breathing wrong. Everybody on here right now is breathing like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Right or wrong? Right. Breathing too fucking fast. Yes. Meaning your body is working way faster. Why? Because it's on processed food. It's on all. Y'all already know this shit though. You know what I'm saying? It's the same shit we've been hearing. Yeah, man. Breath work, man. Look it up. Download the chat GBT and look it up. All right. Y'all think them dragon breath. Y'all think that shit was a game. That shit is real. Y'all think them monks know how to endure pain because they breathing like you? No, they breathing. They whole breath time is totally different. Man. So yeah, we got a long way to go, family. Sheesh. Say we don't even chew right. Shit, we ain't supposed to be chewing. So yeah, you right. We ain't even supposed to be chewing. Why the fuck are you chewing? And when somebody came and you say, why the fuck are you eating? Because why are you eating? Because you got to keep your body alive. It's not for your soul. Your soul going to be alive whether you eat or not. But how many people you can go to? And again, y'all, I'm not no master guru. I'm on the verge of learning and doing it myself. I'm trying to harness the discipline so I can master this stuff. All right. I'm just telling y'all before I go, that's what I'm going to be on. All right. So you got to understand, like, the things we're doing is for our physical body. The physical body is not the soul. Yeah, you're not supposed to be chewing. Because why are you eating? Think about that shit. Y'all just fucking think for a minute. Y'all be acting like little fucking babies. Just think. Why are you eating? You'll tell yourself, well, so I don't die. Yeah, because you're talking about your body is going to die. You see what I'm saying? You're not understanding, like, we're supposed to be self-efficient. You ever got a cut and your shit heal quick? Some of y'all get cut and your shit don't heal. That's a problem. Meaning your body is breaking down. Why do you think older people, when they get injuries, it takes longer for them to heal? Because their body has been breaking down over time. And they say shit like, well, you gotta die someday. I'm gonna keep eating this pig feet and these pig eggs. You gotta die. And they deserve everything that's coming to them. That's why I stopped feeling sorry for old people that is in, situations. I stopped feeling sorry for a lot of people because I'm like, yo, what did they do in their journey to be on that position, to be in that position? Why the fuck do you have diabetes? We need to start talking like this. Again, viewer discretion advised. I'm just speaking how it should be. Why the fuck do you have diabetes? What if we brung bullying back to that level? What if people started getting bullied for having cancer? Hoo-hoo! I got to light up on that one because we about to enter some rated R language. And I know a lot of y'all say, hey, wait a minute, I got a loved one going through this. So what? We're not talking about them. Don't make this personal. Don't make this personal. It can get personal. Don't make this personal. Why the fuck do you have diabetes? What are you doing to get diabetes? They say weak shit like, well, my daddy had diabetes. Well, my mama had diabetes. Well, it run in the family. No, po nigga, it don't run in the family. The diet runs in the family. You've been eating pork chops. She been eating pork chops. He been eating pork chops. You've been doing the same shit, so you gonna get everything they do. Because why would it be different, Goofy? We're so stupid as a people. Why isn't your body healing itself? I'm about to start bullying people on that level. Like, why do you got cancer? Why do you still got cancer? It's 2025. Why the fuck are you still sick? Why is your blood pressure high? Why is it taking you so long to stand up? Why you get lightheaded when you stand? What the fuck are you doing what are you doing? Yeah, because we like to be reactive. Like, oh, he got cancer. No, man, fuck that. Y'all been telling him to put that bottle down. Y'all been telling him to stop smoking cigarettes. Now he done got cancer. Now you using all your energy to be there for him. Fuck him. Fuck him. Man, I wish I would see a family member. I've been telling about this. And I got family members that's sick now. And I've been telling them, man, fuck them. Yeah, fuck them. I done told you to stop doing that. Put the bottle down. Okay? If you want to live, put the Twinkies down. Put the ice cream down. You're about to die. Is those sweets that important? Folks got loved ones in the hospital. Doctor done said, don't do that. Hey, nephew, you can go down to the store and get me a Pepsi. I know the doctor said I can have, but go on down there and get me one. I can shit. Go on down there, nephew. They start getting mad. Shit. Like, oh, man, you about to die. What going on? Doctor just said you can't have that shit, man. You just lost your lung. I know, nephew, but I need it. Man, this shit crazy. We need to bring bullying back, family. We going through the same shit. Our elders get sick, diabetes, start losing legs and shit. Oh, Craig done lost another leg. That diabetes getting at him. Man, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Craig been eating pork chops all his life, man. Fuck him. All right, I don't got time. Yeah, we got to pour into the kids, man. Yeah, every time. And they want us to use our young energy to be at their foot like, man, no. And I know I'm going to be old one day, and I'm going to try my best, all right, to have the best diet so I'm not being a burden on my family members. A lot of people are sick and are huge burdens. A lot of y'all are scared to say it to them, so I'm going to say it out loud. I know a lot of y'all have burdens in the family. Now, as far as disabilities, as far as mental, we're not talking about that. We're talking about those that have self-inflicting injuries. I think self-inflicted injuries is diabetes. I think self-inflicted injuries is cancer. Because why the fuck do you have cancer? Our bodies are supposed to be self-efficient if you're putting the right things in the body. All right. That's why you see when you get scratched, it heals itself. All right. When you receive some type of injury, it can heal itself. But we don't think that. We don't think that. Yeah, it's about you. Exactly. Your whole family could have had cancer and diabetes, but you could be the only one that literally changed the diet. Well, I don't got Alzheimer's. I don't got this. I don't got high blood pressure. I don't got... Now, why is it? Because you changed your diet. That's how you seen all these old people losing their damn minds, getting Alzheimer's and forgetting shit. They don't even know who their kids is and shit. It's because all the processed foods. And it's like we're seeing it happen and still go eat. Somebody probably eating processed food right now. And I'm not saying I don't eat processed foods. I'm just saying we have a huge sickness. As soon as that is resolved, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we'll start having better ideas and better thoughts. Better ideas and better thoughts, you start seeing better surroundings, better environments. All right. But without those ideas and without those thoughts, you don't get to the next level. You don't get to that next level without those ideas and those thoughts. You don't get to those thoughts and those ideas without controlling your diet. Without controlling your man, I think I should tell them about the I'm gonna tell y'all, man, because I said I'm gonna tell her Bean every live I do. Okay. All right, let me tell y'all. So how many of y'all believe in inner earth? Let me explain. Everything's gonna come back together, I promise you. How many of y'all believe on inner earth? Believe in inner earth, meaning there's a civilizations inside of earth. All right, yeah, because I'm gonna stop smoking one day, y'all. I'm not gonna do none of this. Okay, not smoking, no rap music, no negative music, all just pot. That day is coming. All right, so, and I'm not gonna tell y'all what. I'm just going to talk to y'all now. You can believe it. You don't got to believe it. It doesn't matter. Okay. Did y'all know it's a possibility? It's possible for us to go to inner earth. Did y'all know that? All right. Now, I knew that there was inner earth, but I never really know how to access it. Now, I know some of y'all may know some of the points. Can some of y'all comment some of the entrance points that you've heard of? Let me just see if we on the same page. All right. Now, there's a way to get into inner earth. Do y'all know some of the entrance points? I'm gonna try to talk to codes. Through the water. You gotta be more specific. Okay, Grand Canyon. Okay. Giza, Egypt. Flesh Cave in Dallas, North Point. So you got Antarctica. Did y'all know there's one in California? Did y'all know there's one in Romania? Did you know there's one in Belize? Also near the Amazon River. Yep. Mount Shasta, California. Yep. Now, the reason why I'm telling y'all this, because you can't just go there and just knock on the door. Hey, I want to come down here. Even if you got through, you would disintegrate, family. Your physical structure would not be able to withstand the frequency that's needed to go. It's so many levels to it. We think it's just, I'm just going to get me a team of astrologers and a team of, not astrologers, but anthropologists, if I'm saying that right, I don't know. But I'm getting me a team and just go digging. You can't, okay? Your body structure has to be aligned with inner earth's body structure, because if it's not, you will disintegrate. All right. You will not have the energy to make the transformation. OK, now this information may get spewed out sooner or later. I don't know. All right. But that's why frequencies are so important. That's why I was talking about breathing a certain way. All right. You can't go to inner earth because you breathe different. You breathe too fast. Yeah, you on the wrong frequency. Your frequency has to match inner earth to make the transition. All right, it's called conscious translocation. Y'all look it up. Consciousness translocation. Consciousness translocation. Okay? And a lot of people think they know what that means or understand. Well, I'm spiritual. I'm aligned. No, the fuck you're not. If you're breathing like everybody else, you're not. Meaning I'm like everyone else too. I'm no different, y'all. Meaning I'm still learning as far as what I need to do as far as my physicalities, my magnetic field, what is called toroidal field. I believe that's what's called toroid field. I might be saying that wrong. All right, but that's what I'm getting into, family. Understand? That's why I'm trying to let a lot of people know, man. It's life after learning about fucking bills, y'all. It's more life to damn finances. Okay, when you get past finances and things like that, then you start saying like, damn, what I want to do now? No, it's not Torah. It's TOROIDAL. Yeah, toroidal field. All right, we must literally enhance our toroidal field. I can never get that word right, but yeah, there you go. Yeah, markable activation. Yeah, we gotta know how to breathe. Our diet gotta be a certain way. All right, like literally being in tune. Like a lot of people do sun gazing, not knowing in which direction you're supposed to face when you're doing sun gazing. So it's a lot of little details a lot of people don't know, and they just doing it saying, "I'm in tune, I'm in line." You know what I'm saying? And it's laughable because when you start to learn, like, damn, so many people is really lost. Still, great hearts. You know what I'm saying? The greatest people ever. But they don't have the small details that's needed. You have to be facing a certain direction for a reason. You can't just go outside and sun gaze and do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't just create words as you want. You got to know what's going on. Every word has energy behind it. There's a lot of people say, man, that's just too much to think about. And that's why I'm saying a lot of people are nothing but poor niggas. And poor niggas is all skin complexion. Niggerdom is just ignorance. Yeah, bills take away from this type of understanding. Consciousness translocation. Hoo-hoo. That sounds like time travel, don't it? Sounds like time travel to me. Consciousness translocation. Man. Ooh-wee. Mastering the art of zero stillness. Like, the more I'm learning about this, I'm like, God damn, I thought I knew some shit. That's why I was telling myself, I don't know nothing. Okay? Yes. If you can master stillness, meaning not think about time, not think about thought. And I used to find myself doing that a lot when I was a kid. I just. And a lot of y'all might do it. You just kind of go off into space. You could just be sitting down and just go off and say, somebody got to, hey, wake up. You're like, oh, my bad. Like, damn, man, you daydreaming. And we don't even remember what the fuck we was thinking about. Y'all ever been in that situation before? You should be staring off in space like, damn, man, what you looking at? Oh, damn, oh, shit, I don't even know what the fuck I was thinking about. Like, what you thinking about just now? Like, damn, I don't even know what I was thinking about. A lot of y'all might be sitting beside your loved one, they staring off in space like, damn, you in deep thought, what you thinking about? And they say, oh, I ain't thinking about nothing. You might think they hiding something. Whole time, like, no, they can't remember where they was at. That's how much detached we are from that world. Like, we're so powerful as people. That's why I call ourselves losers so much. Because we think we know some shit and don't know nothing. Don't know nothing. But fix our mouth. Well, I've been on this earth for 55 years. I know a little more than you. Like, shut up. You don't know shit. You're a grown-ass baby. Okay? Grown-ass child that had children. Didn't do nothing as of an adult. Okay? So, yeah, understanding breath work, all right? Being able to tap in, mentally go with inside yourself. You know, that shit next level, y'all. And that's what I want to spend my time on. I don't want to spend my time on telling people why they need to read and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's other things in the world. You know, I'm still young, too, so I can spend the next 15 years just harnessing, my breath work, sun gazing, understanding, and trying to keep it at only listen to 7.83 hertz music, keeping that aura around me. Y'all remember when I was talking about Inception, all right? Because I started having ideas like, I might need to goddamn hire me a security team for my dreams. So I'm looking at things like that, not understanding my subconsciousness is the security team that I've hired. I've already have a subconscious, all right? So how do I beef up my subconscious? How do I elevate my subconscious? I do that by protecting my surroundings, not letting people around me that's of less vibration, not listening to music that's of less vibration, trying not to put in foods in my body that's of less vibration. Okay? So, that takes time. That's not something that just happens overnight. It takes time. Yeah, we all have that gift within us, but the problem is a lot of us is distracted around worldly things. All right? I gotta go to work. I gotta pick my kid up. And it's like we all say the weak ass line. Well, I just be too busy to do that shit. Busy doing a bunch of nothing. Okay? Busy doing a bunch of nothing. All right? So we literally got to calibrate our whole frequency, y'all. Breathe. When I seen I had to breathe different, I said, God. Then I said to myself, well, duh, why wouldn't I be breathing different? Everything I'm doing is wrong. I used to think different, used to eat different, still eat wrong now. You know what I'm saying? But when you start looking at it like, damn, everything I do is wrong. And we always hear it when people say, everything is backwards. And we think it's a couple of things like, oh, okay, it's bills. It's like, nah, my friend, it's way deeper than that. We're breathing wrong. Do y'all not hear this? Hey, yo. That shit next level. Somebody come to you and say, hey, man, you breathing wrong. You're like, what you mean I'm breathing wrong? I don't got no asthma now. What you mean I'm breathing wrong? Yeah, you breathing too fast. Y'all live and understand, like in sports or if any type of, they try to say, control your breathing. Because when you control your breathing, oh my gosh, you're a different animal. Imagine somebody that can control their breathing in a boxing match. Oh my gosh. Imagine somebody that can't control their breathing. You about to get knocked out in 5 seconds. You about to get tired in 15. Okay? Literally. Yeah, breath work. There's a lot of people that do certain things. Yeah, I ain't gonna say that. I won't say that. Yeah, exactly. If people didn't have bills to pay, they wouldn't even live the way they live today. Shows bills take you off your purpose. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we doing everything wrong, man. We thinking wrong. We're loving wrong. We're feeling wrong. All right, our sensories are off. All right, it's certain lines that we're supposed to be able to see. It's certain grid lines that we're supposed to be able to see. I remember taking shrooms and being able to look at the skies and being able to see grid lines. And I'm like, how come when I'm on shrooms I can goddamn see things not moving, see things that are supposed to be moving, not moving, But when I'm not on shrooms, I don't see this shit. It's almost like an invisible lens. They call it the third eye, but a lot of people think the third eye is just being aware. No, my friend, you're supposed to be seeing certain shit. You're supposed to be able to see spirits. A lot of y'all would be so fucking scared if you was able to see that shit, and you would get laughed at like, why are you scared? This is what you're supposed to. If you was to operate, meaning if somebody put all your abilities inside of you right now, and you woke up to them tomorrow, you would probably faint. You'll probably be so damn scared. And the whole time, that's you. That's your full form. And a lot of us don't even understand our full form. We think our full form is a damn retirement check. Like, come on, man. Weak. And a lot of times we never heard nobody say it. That's why I'm saying it. Because I know somebody probably been patting you on the back. Good job. 40 years on the company. Weak. That company gave you no interest. Weak. And you probably the same person that's saying, this is a white man's world. Y'all ever realize that? Yeah. All right. So, it's a lot of information. The point of the whole live was I don't think we need to be teaching our kids about slavery because it's no good to it. It's no positive to it. If you're not going to tell all of slavery, meaning from slavery, from the existence of slavery, and if you're not going to tell slavery that there was black slave owners, white slave owners, every single continent at one point had slavery. All right. So that's why I stopped being so emotionally attached to slavery. Because why? Because why is my people any different? You see what I'm saying? There were slaves all over the fucking world. Why am I feeling sorry for my people? You know what I'm saying? I got to just do better. I can't be holding on to that reason. Well, it's a white man's world. A bunch of weak niggas. Okay? What does it mean when you see grids? It means you see frequencies. You're supposed to be able to see the frequencies. Y'all ever seen, let me tell you that question. Y'all ever seen like when it's hot and you can see off in the far, you can see like wavy lines? Y'all ever notice that? And it seemed like you can almost like see the heat waves. What y'all think those are? Heat waves. You see it on the news. They say, is there going to be a heat wave coming in? But you can't see that shit, can you? You're supposed to be able to see the wind. You can't, can you? You can't. That's what I'm saying. Yo, it's calcified. You're not in the right, or you're not operating at the right frequency to even be able to see it, let alone be able to hear certain shit. A lot of y'all might hear a high-pitched frequency from time to time. Imagine operating on that field, not knowing how to manipulate the frequency, put it in its correct file. You're going to be on that motherfucker just hearing, you're going to lose your mind. Then you start saying, what's wrong with this guy? He's losing it because he's hearing all these noises. We think he's fucking crazy. You know what I'm saying? They say it's schizophrenia and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's because we don't understand the different dimensions. So we start throwing different labels. You start throwing shit like sickle cell and shit like that. There's no reason so many melanated kids got sickle cell. So many parents don't understand why. They say, well, the doctors say it's because the blood is, it's shaped like a sickle and it can't go through and it gets stuck. And that's what makes the flares. And, they have the episodes. So that's what they told you. That's what they said. That's what they said sickle cell means. So they just started with the cell being sickle shaped and it couldn't get through. And that's all they said. You see what I'm saying? Like when you started thinking about it, even with the ADHD shit, when you started thinking about it, like, damn, I really didn't look into it because you was too busy, po nigga. Yeah. Talking to you. Yeah. You was too busy, po nigga. You was too busy to go to work. Let me get my kids up here. Let me go to work. Doing a bunch of nothing. Niggerism. What did the chief from I had a chief tribe leader tell me, yeah, it's a bunch of niggerdom. When I heard that, I was like, yo, I'm about to use that word. Yeah. Yeah, sickle cell is really superpowers. That's what I'm saying. But you think they're going to tell you that? The doctors don't study shit. They going off of what they don't learn in fucking school. And that's what I'm saying. We don't know shit. All these diseases, all these quote unquote, man, y'all just throwing y'all babies to these people. And that's why they look at y'all like minors. You're literally throwing your kid to these people. Why wouldn't they have an interest in it? That's why they're going to kick your door down if you don't take them to school. Because they've been doing everything. Yeah, we don't understand cells at all. We don't understand biological cells. We learned a little bit in school, taking botany. What was also the study of cells? But yeah, you taking those type of class, but they didn't go into the information portion of how a cell stores information. All right, your cell stores information. All right. So I think the word self really means cells, because when you're talking to self, you're talking to the cells. Yeah, biology. Okay, yeah, biology. All right. So, when you're talking to your cells, a lot of y'all say, man, I ain't shit. I ain't never been shit. You're literally telling your cells, CELL, all right, your cellular functions, that you're not shit. So they're literally telling other cells, hey, we're not shit. Hey, we're not shit. Pass it along. Hey, we're not shit. To get down to your bloodstream. Hey, we're not shit. Hey, we're not. So your body don't need to fight anything. All right. You're literally telling your subconscious. Remember, I was talking about the I was saying I was looking for a security company to protect my dreams, and I said, wait a minute, that's my subconscious. I just need to protect my surroundings. All right, you wouldn't have those weak ass thoughts if you protected your surroundings. A lot of y'all that have them weak ass thoughts, I ain't never been nothing. White man's world. A lot of y'all, music is trash. You know your diet trash as hell. All right, your friends is trash. Your family members trash. Your conversation is trash. You smell trash. You look trash. You talk trash. All right, everything you do is trash. It only looks good to you because you're around a lot of people that's on that level too. But to somebody that's a level above you or two level, and you can say all the moral shit, all humble shit all day, like, I don't care about people other levels. Yes, you do. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't do certain things. You wouldn't be trying to tell people I got a job. You would just be living a private life. A lot of people try to play both sides. Like, I don't care how people think. Yeah, right. If you didn't, all right, stop going to work. All right, because you as a man, you don't want people to think you're a bum. All right, so are you man enough to just dive into this information? Because this is what you're supposed to be doing. Not going to work so the family can look at you like a man that can provide. Because all you're going to have to end up doing is when you get to the end of the road, my friend. Because what does the end of the road look like? After your kids get grown, older, after you get older, after you've been providing for everybody's life, but you was never able to pour into yourself, you're going to be that 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man, 60-year-old man trying to find purpose. You see what I'm saying? It's not a good end of the road. And I wish more older men that's at that point in the road would speak up more. I shouldn't have to be this young and say that shit. You see what I'm saying? There's so many old men that literally done provided for the family for years, didn't get nothing but a pack of pussy and some goddamn socks. All right, a pat on the goddamn back saying, my daddy got my back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my husband got my back. You know what I'm saying? And then these same men they shrivel up and die. Their bodies start breaking down. And I'm trying to tell you so you can prevent, because I know I ain't going through that shit. What? All right, I'm trying to tell you, you need to speak life into yourself now before you get to that point. All right, rather it's the information, because you going down to that job all the goddamn time. Make sure the bills paid, man. That's not doing nothing for you. Nothing for your cellular function. That's not doing nothing for your toroidal field. Yeah, that is not enhancing your toroidal field at all. I gotta get that word down. All right. So at this point, you gotta understand information, man, family. Y'all gotta put yourselves in those tight situations. Because at this point, a lot of y'all aren't disciplined enough to keep telling yourself, I can work and study. It's not gonna work, family. A lot of y'all gotta put y'all backs to the walls. I know it sounds, tougher than it's easier said than done, by the way. All right, but it can be done. It's been done. All right, I've done it. I know people that have done it. Okay, because when you actually start moving like this, understanding trust law, consumer law, equity law, all right, you don't need no job, family. And you definitely ain't gonna be saying weak shit like this is a white man's world. What? This is your world. Okay, this is your world. How you want to live it. All right, what type of lifestyle you want to live. Ain't no white person about to kick your door and say, nigga, you better stop. That ain't happening. Okay? And a lot of y'all thinking subconsciously that would happen. I don't want to get too much. You will more likely get robbed by somebody that looks like you for getting mad because you got $100,000, $10,000. There's people that done died over belts. Yeah, the world is definitely yours. All right. But if you keep telling yourselves this is a white man's world, or if this is somebody else's world and you're just living in it. I can't stand when women say, well, this is a man's world, I'm just living in it. That's too condescending for me. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, why are you saying that shit as if you can't be happy in this world? It's no difference between somebody say, well, this is a white man's world, I'm just living in it. Well, keep your po ass away from me. Slave boy. You ain't no man. Start saying that you're a slave boy. Proving them white folks right. Every time. Boy. And I see why they used to call us boys. Because you acting like a boy. You ain't claiming shit. You ain't doing what's necessary to put your family in the right position. You acting like a boy because you scared. Your granddaddy was scared. Yeah. And you can say, well, I know my daddy was the strongest. Well, yeah, he was scared to them folks, though. He was strong to you, but when he left, he took his scary ass down that job and said, yes, sir. Came back to you, look strong. Because he used to whoop your ass when you spilled something. Because he took all his anger out on you. You think he's strong. He ain't strong. He only strong to you. Okay? And that's why I'm saying we need to understand what we are putting to our kid. Because a lot of y'all got y'all kids thinking y'all fucking heroes, and you know you ain't no damn hero. You are literally hiding your sorrow and your remorse for job and trying to, hey, baby, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Like, then tell them, well, one day, maybe you get a job like me. Like, but one day, why would you even say that weak ass shit? You should tell them, don't ever do what I'm doing. Don't you ever work. Especially if they kids, they got all the way to their 18. You don't think you gonna learn this by the time they get? Proving my point. Proving my point. My kids can't mention no job around me. If my kids say, I want to do that job, I'm gonna say, okay, you're gonna own a job like that. And you're gonna, okay, then you can work for it. All right? It ain't no damn you applying. You gonna have your own. I already have everything set up for you. If that's what y'all are thinking about, I got to build for my kid. You ain't building that weak ass savings account you building for. That ain't shit. All right. I got to tell y'all that weak ass savings y'all got, they going to blow that shit in a week. I got 10,000 set aside when they turn 18. Man, what? That's what you holding on to? Money, cash? That's what you're trying to pass down the information. That's way more than I'm trying to save up. I spent all and I can't stand when parents tell their kid that I spent everything on your Christmas. Why the fuck are you telling them that shit? You're the one that's poor. Why are you telling them that? You know, I had to sell some stuff to get you that bike now. Why? Why did you have to sell something to get the bike? Mom, why did you have to empty your savings to get, why were you so poor, Mom? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Because we like to throw all what we're going through on our kids. We do it all the time. Well, it wasn't easy. Now, dude, I had to spend 2 checks on your birthday now. You better. Okay, who cares? That's why kids don't be appreciated. You see these kids like, damn, you appreciate. Now I see why they're appreciated. Because why the fuck do they care? And so many people do that. I had to work 90 hours for that. Who the fuck cares? That's you for choosing to work. That's you, po nigga. Y'all be mad if your kid said that. You like kill your kid. Daddy, it ain't my fault you a po nigga. The world. Yeah. We try to throw it on our kids. I bust my ass for you to have food on the table. You think you gonna tell me I bust my ass and put them clothes on yo? Shut your po ass up. I wish I was a grown up walking past. Like, man, shut your po ass up. Stop blaming them kids because your ass po. Okay? Shut up. Man, I wish I would see somebody yelling at their kids in public. I worked 60 hours and you just gonna mess up your shoes like that? He ain't worried about no motherfucking 60 hours. He want to jump in puddles. He is busy trying to get 10 interceptions at recess. He too busy trying to show off for the girls and the guys, because you want to look like you the best. He ain't worried about no doubt. Oh, my mom just spent 60 hours on. Man, what? You're the one that's poor, not that kid. That kid is freely, nearly having fun. Yeah. Yes. I see it all the time. Yeah, fuck them shoes. Like, my kid like, man, fuck these Jordans. And you like, man, you gonna mess your Jordans up like that? I'm like, po nigga, you don't know what that think these Jordans mean something. Man, I need to make a movie where kids talk back to parents, goddamn. But that might be misleading because I don't want kids to start really doing it. They might get slapped the shit. But I could have like a movie or something showing where the kids are smarter than the adults. The adults come in like, cause you know how much I'm like that. Why are you working 60 hours? You should be endorsing your bills. Y'all remember on Dexter's Laboratory? Y'all remember how he was way smarter than his parents? He had his whole fucking lab. You know, he building shit. His parents like, what in the world? He had a whole damn lab up under the damn house. Yeah. Some of y'all need that because y'all think y'all smart. You're not. You're not. No matter how hard you work, none of that shit means nothing. Because as soon as your kids learn this information, You know what they gonna say? They gonna say things like this. My dad was uninformed. Yeah, my dad worked his ass off, but he was uninformed. And some of y'all ego is too big to say, well, nah, I provided.